Yes.
Good.
Great.
You good at this
Enjoy.
point. Visionaries, what's going on? And welcome to the newest episode of season 2. I'm here with my brother from another mother,
Hey,
my guy. What's
how
going
to
on,
be
bro?
here. Bro, it's good to be here. Welcome to Houston.
Yeah, thanks, bro. He's trying. This man's trying to recruit me to
Absolutely.
move to H Town. I mean, I'm originally from Texas, so I'd be moving back to my home state, but I don't know. We can talk about it
Yeah, man.
off air.
Absolutely.
This is the city skyline of Houston. He's trying to plug.
That's right. I'm trying to have my boy here in Houston and bring him to 21st floor so he can fall in love with the city. Just submit to what the Lord's
Just
trying to do in
casually.
your life.
I just want visionaries to know this is way past both our bedtimes, but we're making it happen.
Absolutely.
We made it happen, bro. So if you know how this podcast starts, first question we ask everybody: you meet a stranger and they ask you what you do. How you explain that concisely?
Yeah. I think what I do, first off, I think that I would just say, I love the Lord. I love music.
Yeah.
I love fashion.
Yeah, you do.
And I do it all. I just kind of do my thing.
My fashion didn't spell this, man.
Oh.
So basically, Uber driver picks
Yeah.
you up, asks you what you do. You're going
Yeah.
with that. Just musician.
Yeah,
work ethic.
musician. I think I'm a storyteller.
Yeah, yeah,
I like to tell other people's stories. I tell my story.
yeah.
Love the story of the gospel.
Yeah, bro.
I just kind of lead my way into like, hey, I lead worship as well.
Yeah,
Ask them about church, where they go,
for sure.
what
If
that
they
look
go.
like. If they go, if they don't
Yeah.
go, I just kind of chop it up with them a little bit, and we
Yeah,
find our way there.
So I want to take the timeline back a little bit. When I was like maybe like 16, 17, he was in the valley.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck this dude was doing in my hometown, but you were living there, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
going to school.
I was going to college there, and
Yeah.
I was a part of a church called VA,
Mhm.
Vida Abundante,
Oh,
and
español.
Español,
Yeah.
pues.
Yeah.
But we would do conferences
Yeah.
that ranged from 500 to
Yeah.
2,000, 2,500 people.
Yeah, dude. So for context, y'all, like this dude's my big brother, bro. So in McAllen, I don't think the worship scene is as developed as maybe like Houston or Tulsa or like other states, you know. So there was like one like Avengers type squad in Karen was on that squad. So like for young cats like me, I was like 16, 17, barely starting to lead worship, barely starting to get into this. Like his generation of people was like what I was looking up to and what
Wow.
made worship cool to me.
Wow.
So thank you, bro.
Oh, that's insane.
Changed my
Really cool.
life, dude.
Wow, bro. That's special, man.
Yeah, so
Wow.
timeline back.
Yeah.
What the frick are you doing in the valley?
Yeah. So let's go back to 2013. I just graduated. Well, I didn't graduate yet, but I was in community college.
Mhm.
And I just finished 2 years at a college called Lee College in Baytown, my hometown.
Yeah. It's
And,
close to Houston.
Close to Houston, yeah, about
Mhm.
25 minutes away. And yeah, I got invited to go to a conference out there.
Yeah.
Literally on the border of Mexico. I'd never gone. I was like, what am I doing here? The only black guy getting stares everywhere I went.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was what it was. But the food slapped. And the food slapped. I was like, you know what? I'll take the
I'll
stairs
take this.
and
You take
eat
a chance
good.
on us, bro.
Absolutely.
Take a chance
It
on
was
us,
a
bro.
right chance. It
Yeah.
was reward. Well,
Mm.
ended up finding out about water walkers literally a year before. And
Yeah.
my friend Mel Chan, he and I would talk on Facebook.
Bro, I forgot about him, bro.
Yeah, he's a
That's
brother, bro. He's a
crazy,
brother.
bro.
And we were talking, and I wrote a song called "Show Me the Real You," my first song I ever wrote.
Mhm.
And there was the bridge kind of goes, "I want to walk on water. I want to burn for you,"
Mhm.
and just talking about walking by faith and having
Yeah.
a passion for the Lord. And Mel heard that bridge and was like, "Hey, we have a youth group called Water Walkers, and we're putting on our first conference." And they did that in 2012. And
Yeah.
2013 came about, and I had visited that conference I was at, but I had gone a day before to meet Mel in person
Yeah.
and my friend Chris Yanis. So we hung out, and it was the first time that I'd been around people who were Christians who loved the Lord,
Yeah.
but also were going to school and like wanting to do business and
Yeah.
things like that. So anyway, I just kind of fell in love with their hearts,
For
and
sure.
that next semester I was like, I'm either gonna go to University of Houston,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna probably go to UTPA, and it's a branch of University of Texas. So I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. My mom found me a scholarship,
Mhm.
and I got to go there for free.
To UTPA.
Yeah, bro.
Well, it's the
UTRGV now.
or CRGV.
Yeah.
I went for a little bit,
Nice. I
but
didn't know
then
that.
yeah, I went for a little bit and then I switched for nursing. Ended up
That's
graduating
right.
STC. So go Jags
Nice, bro.
for your boy for your boy. So you're working with Vida Abundante
Yes.
and you're doing these conferences, but then you move back to your hometown.
Yeah.
So how what was that transition like,
Yeah.
bro?
So I released a single in 2013 as well, right before I moved out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And it was You Deserve. And bro, when
Banger.
people heard that song, I started getting calls to do conferences and events. So literally I would fly out like a Friday afternoon after school
Yeah.
and then fly back in like a Monday morning before school
And go to class.
and go straight to class. And no one knew what I was doing. I was just kind of doing my thing. But after like a while, it started to get tiring, and I started
Yeah.
getting more calls here in Houston as well as the Valley. But I just felt like, okay, maybe I need to kind of hone in on this because the calls are kind of like TBN was calling and really
Yeah.
cool things were happening. I was like, at the time, that was huge.
That's fine. I mean, big
Fire,
time.
bro.
You're
So
like
cool.
this young 20s dude.
That's
He's like,
right,
what the
dude.
heck's happening?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it was like, okay, let's just kind of. I told my mom I'd finish school. I did not finish yet. I'm gonna finish, Mama. I love you, but
Oh, you haven't finished school,
I haven't
bro?
finished yet. No, put it for marketing. Well, I just started getting calls, and I was more passionate about ministry.
I think you're doing pretty good, man. We're 21st for
Stop
21st
it.
floor.
Stop it right now. Stop
No,
it.
no, but it's all God. You're you're
Absolutely,
so humble about it, bro.
bro.
It's
I
just
just,
I'm
God's,
gassing you up, just brother, brother. But yeah,
God's like made a way, man. He's been
yeah.
so faithful, and I started to realize, I started to like really believe, even around that
Mhm.
time, that if God's given you a dream,
Mhm.
he's gonna back it. Like he's gonna
Yeah,
fund it. So now it's like it was a dream to live in a high rise at 30,
yeah.
and I was able to do it. And I was like, God, like thank you. Like
Thank you.
I'm over it now. I'm ready to get a house in
Yeah,
equity. But
yeah,
I'm honored that He would honor like what's in our heart. Like if people think that God doesn't give you the desires of your hearts, like I think we missed it. You know?
yeah, man. So I've seen now more present timeline that we were talking about it earlier that your grace for life it truly is been here, bro. So if you can talk to maybe some people that are like scared to make that move,
Yeah.
because I mean you had good things in the valley and it was a good season. It wasn't like there was anything bad. You just
So
felt this tension of like this is kind of where God's leading me. So
yeah, I mean, the Scripture talks about God going before us and
yeah,
preparing a way, right? And it talks about Him being a lamp to our feet.
yeah,
I really believe that if we really believe that God goes before us in every season, we don't have to walk in fear, but
yeah,
we get to actually, as sons, walk in favor.
mm-hmm.
And it's like now, even like, not just for me, but for my friends. Like
Yeah,
I told the Lord at 19 years old that I want to be a resource for people.
yeah,
I want to be like when people call me, I need a haircut, I need a this, I need a that, I need a job, I need a whatever. I'd be able to point them in the right direction.
yeah,
And I feel like the Lord's been able to do that um, through me.
mm-hmm.
But in this season, I'm like never before. I'm starting to see Him do that for me.
Yeah,
And I think like I'm getting to see His grace and His favor, not just for me, but for the dream
yeah,
that He's placed on the inside. Like whatever God, like He will do whatever He needs to do to
yeah,
like come through in your life and to make sure that His dream comes to pass through you.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So kind of so you were UTPA, right? And
Yeah.
and you're studying I forgot what you were
Marketing.
studying. Marketing.
Yeah.
Uh did was there like was your intention to be in ministry slash be an artist or like you were fully ready to do your school just kind
Oh,
of go yeah
absolutely. I didn't even know you can get paid to do music like this, like to be worship pastor. Like I never knew that.
yeah
I volunteered my whole life, and
yeah
even at Vida Manante, like I was volunteering, you know. And
that's wild, bro.
I think so. Before I came here, I got a call for a job out here, a worship pastor job, a worship director position, and at First Methodist Church here in Houston. But I'd already signed like my lease, and I was ready to go. And I told my mom I'd go to college,
Yeah,
and I did what I said I was going to do because I felt like at that time was the first time I ever got an offer.
yeah.
And I didn't know that it was a thing.
Like
So,
yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Like worship pastoring it's not been a thing like forever. It's been like a more recent thing.
yeah, as
Yeah.
far as like, you know, there are bigger churches with bigger budgets and stuff
Mhm.
that people can make a career out of it now.
Mhm.
But as far as like, yeah, in the past, it was more so you volunteered.
Yeah.
You volunteered.
It was just more like this is my responsibility like as a musician of the church, you know?
Yeah, and you learned everything. Like I started off, so I told you earlier I didn't play an instrument. It's
Yeah.
because people don't believe I play drums.
Yeah.
My drummer wouldn't say I'm a drummer, but
Yeah.
I started off on the drums and then found my way to a microphone.
Yeah, and then you just stay there.
Yeah.
I mean, but we were talking about it like your artistry is like you have, you know the terminology and the direction you want to go in order to give like direction of to make your vision come to pass. You know,
Yeah.
uh, bro. I want to talk about so you have music on Spotify,
Yeah.
but there's like two branches.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to us about the journey of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, everyone knows me as Kieran Sims,
Mhm.
but I felt like there was a moment in 2020 when, um, everyone was kind of, it wasn't even between 20, it was before, it was in 19 going into 20.
Yeah.
I was at a point where had the same band for like 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
And
Mean build community with the boys, you
yes,
know,
bro, with
because
the
they've been
boys.
riding with you. Yeah.
That's right. They've been rolling everything from sketch events to the biggest
Sketch
that we've ever
events.
been a part of.
Bro, I want to hear a funny sketch event
Oh my
story.
god. Okay, so okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that right now
Yeah.
or after. Right now, after.
Right. There you can go right now, and
Right
then
now.
come back to the start.
So
Yeah.
we got asked to do an African conference,
It's like
and
wild.
I'm Trinidadian, so
Yeah.
I'm good. Like
Like I
we've
can
seen it
hang.
all.
You can hang.
I
Yeah.
can hang. We're gonna do all the songs that that lend itself to the culture
Mm.
and help position people to experience God. Right.
Yeah.
So we get there, and the sound engineer pulls up the same time we do. Well, the sound engineer wasn't just a sound engineer; he was providing the sound itself. So we helped unload
The
the
speakers.
speakers and everything for this conference of like
No.
600 people,
There's no way.
right?
There's no way. It's a little Bluetooth speaker and everything, bro.
It was 45 minutes before the event.
Bro.
So you know how it is. To sound check, you need at least an hour and a
Yeah,
half, 2 hours
at least, bro.
to fill the room out and EQ the drums and make sure vocals are EQ'd and the guitars and everything, the keys. Well, at 10 o'clock a.m., which is the time that the event began, people trying to show up a little bit and we're still setting up. Well, the assistant, like the producer of the
Yeah.
service,
Yeah.
walks up to me and she goes, "We must start now." So wait a minute, the drums aren't even mic'd yet. Well, they made us start, and
Just however the sound was.
hello,
Bro.
all we had in the speakers that was EQ'd
Mm.
were the keys, my vocal, and the kick. everything else, everything else was as we were going.
The
So we had,
guitars.
oh my god, it was the worst mix I've ever had in my life. And it was the worst time because we were so upset we were laughing and we were just getting through. By the time the set was over, we had a full on situation sound system, but we didn't. We started off without a sound system. It's pretty wild.
Bro, so I mean, you had good enough musicians to like it was an absolute train wreck, maybe.
So it wasn't my main team.
Oh shoot.
So I had another friend.
So team chemistry was like a little.
Oh my god, it was a hot mess. It was worse. I was like, oh, what am I doing?
Dude,
I'm going back to marketing.
Worship it, bro. I hate sets that like when Ableton fires off or like if the sound is trash, it's so frustrating, bro.
I was done. I was like, I'm going to finish school. I'm going to marketing.
Bro. Okay. Get back.
Go back to
Mom,
Valley.
I'm going back to ETPA.
Go back to
This
ETPA.
event single handedly
Today.
sent me back
Absolutely.
to college.
Absolutely.
So you were talking to us about so you had your brand, you know, but then you had this
Yes.
band that had been with you through all that stuff.
Yes, and I don't know if they really wanted that.
Yeah.
I mean, half the team's not even with me anymore. That was
Yeah.
that. So I don't think they wanted it, but I think I just wanted to honor them and it be something that, even though it's still my name,
Mhm.
cut off the last name and it be like, it's my name at the forefront, but it's all of us. Like Kieran is you,
Like
you know,
Daughtry.
like Daughtry or my friend Leland. Like, it is what it is, right? But I think more so as it happened, I really realized that, you know, this was, I hated my name for a long time.
Yeah.
I hated my name because people butchered it.
All the time.
People butcher my
What'd
name
you
all
get,
the time.
bro? Key.
Karen, Corona, Kieran, like it's Kieran, and
Kieran.
and it's okay. But that was the thing. Like I was young, right?
Yeah.
And then people couldn't say my name, so people call me Key. I cut off the Kieran, and I just try to shorten it as much as possible. So I think all in all, like I fell in love with my name again, bro.
Yeah.
And
But it's
like,
unique, bro. Like I was talking to him earlier, like if I named a band Jacob, it's not working, bro.
yeah, bro.
But you could I mean, you pulled it off. It was fire.
Oh, thank you, man.
So
I
so
fell in
now,
love with it again. So
yeah, that's beautiful, bro. So now, like with your music career, do you want to still keep producing music under Kieran?
yes, that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, slight plug.
I mean, we got a new single we just released a few months ago called Joy.
Yeah,
Right
you
now on
do.
Spotify. But
Quick plug. Oh, I
you're
got the
wearing the
merch. I had to
hoodie.
support my boy.
You're a king.
I had to
You're a
support.
king.
I'll drop the link in the description of the
That's
episode,
awesome.
bro. So if y'all want to support our boy, go get some merch. Go listen to the single.
Love you, man.
Bro, halfway point
Yeah.
of the episode, we're gonna do the social media deep dive. I have a picture. I went into your Instagram and went try to find tag pics, old pics.
Jesus.
Yeah, this one's more of a recent one, but I was like, this is a freaking squad. What the frick's happening? So I'm gonna show you the picture here. It's gonna put it on the screen. People can see what we're talking about. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, what's going on there, bro?
Okay, so
This is a squad, bro. This is unnecessary.
bro, it was some of the best singers in the U.S. Those guys are
The
phenomenal.
U.S.
Honestly,
1,000%. You can say that confidently.
honestly, I we got to go with Leland to multi tracks
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, and
Just casually, bro. I was like, what this?
well, I'd never gone. Honestly, it was a dream.
Yeah.
Like, I won't say where I'm going this week, but this is another part of the dream. Like, it's really cool. God's so cool, right?
Yeah, dude.
So
So you have multi tracks. Yeah.
multi tracks. I was at this. We got to do about 5 or 6 songs from the record,
Mhm.
and just promote Leland's brand new record, which just released, by the way,
Mhm.
yesterday. You know, it's City of
That's-
God. Another plug for my brother. He's
Thank you.
killing
That's
it.
amazing.
And we got to do those songs and promote them so people
Yeah.
can start doing them at their churches and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I was just
Bro,
excited, man.
Yeah. What that doesn't seem outlandish because Leland is like a staple figure in the worship scene.
Yeah.
So like he would be a multi-track. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
if he's that level of artist, though, like
Yes,
if he
bro.
comes up with something,
Yes,
it's like something that
Absolutely.
the church nationwide is gonna be doing.
singing. Yeah.
So I guess that kind of points attention to you now, bro. So talk to us a little bit about the. I know you have maybe an album coming out soon.
Yeah.
But talk to us about the heart. Maybe some of the life things that led to this
Yeah.
offering. You know.
That's sweet, man. Well, in 2016,
Mhm.
I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis,
Mhm.
which is an autoimmune disorder. Later diagnosed with stage 4 cirrhosis of the liver, and last year diagnosed with, in 21, diagnosed with diabetes stage 2.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a
and
lot, man.
it's a lot,
That's a lot. Yeah.
and it's a lot to juggle and manage. And it flipped my world upside down. I remember playing basketball 6 days a week for like 5-6 hours. We'd run the court, man,
Just
and
running,
run,
dude.
bro, and athletic, right? Um, and I remember just kind of getting the symptoms, and I remember a month had gone by. I'm an athlete, so I kind of just kept doing my thing, and I started to realize my weight was losing my weight.
You were getting small.
I was getting small, man. I was 40 pounds in a month, and it was like, what's going on? I'm normally pretty big, and being in a lot of pain,
Yeah.
and running the bathroom, like living in the bathroom, like
Yeah.
it's really crazy. And all in all, like I remember just saying, God, like I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna trust you. Well, I get a phone call from a good friend of mine's mom, who's crazy prophetic,
Yeah.
and like one of those like people who doesn't have a name,
Mhm.
and she's someone that would go walk up to someone in the White House and give a word to,
Yeah.
and has,
Yeah.
or like just on point. Don't know you, but I've seen her, including me, wreck my life.
Yeah, she's a prophet that
She's
everyone's scared of, bro. She'll call you out.
Absolutely. Oh my
And
God.
she's gonna be on.
In
gonna be
love.
on
She's
it.
gonna be on.
Yeah, she
Like,
yeah.
so she calls me. I didn't tell anybody I was sick, by the way.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed.
Yeah,
We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I told no one. My mom and my best friend Justin. But she calls me, and she's like, "Hey, I was praying for you, and the Lord told me you were sick, but He said that you won't have this forever." And this was after kind of some doctor's visits, being like even like the ER sending me home, telling me it was nothing, and that I was due for a results that Friday. So anyway, I get that test that Monday. She calls me that Wednesday. That Friday is when I had the results. Get the results, and they're like, "Yeah, you have ulcerative colitis. You're gonna have this forever. It's gonna change your life, and at some point, like, you may get cancer." Just speaking all these things over me
Yeah.
that
You-
the Lord didn't say,
Yeah.
right? Like And God said what He said.
Mhm.
And I remember that next day, they were like, "Hey, you may need to stop traveling for a little bit and just focus and rest." Well,
You're like 25, 26 at the
oh
time.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
25 at the time, and I had just gotten a job, my first job. Um, I had just gotten, um, I just left for the Valley a year prior, and I was beginning to write music for his next
Mm.
record, my first
Yeah.
album,
Yeah.
and that Saturday, I'm sorry, that Saturday I get called. Well, I went to the conference anyway. I told the church that I would be there at their first anniversary, so I still went. My friend Morgan drove, and we get there. That service turns into a healing service. It started off as just a regular service, and people were getting healed all around me, and I was like, "Oh,
My
it's
turn.
my turn."
Yeah.
It was not my turn,
Mhm.
and I remember um, having a choice. I could either be bitter or I can lean into faith
Yeah.
and what I heard the Lord say. Like I knew it was Him
Mhm.
because no one else knew. And so I wrote a song called Every Promise. And that day, like I remember at the healing service, just kind of singing, I believe you are who you say you are. I believe every promise.
Mm.
And I believe you've come to heal my heart. I believe it's already done. And I remember getting in the car after the event and writing the rest of the song in silence with Morgan just driving. And I was like, bro, this is what I hear. This is what I feel. And
It's like one of those that just writes itself.
it
Yeah.
wrote itself, man. It wrote itself.
Yeah.
And around about a year after that, I had that single. I'm sorry, I had that song. We released it as a single. That's right.
Mm.
And Leland heard it, and he was like, "Man, I can't wait to sing this song."
Yeah.
And I think that right there was the moment that I knew that um, God was doing something in this music side of things,
Yeah.
and that I would not have to force anything or do it myself.
Um, Bro, God's like talking to me right now. That's
So I
crazy.
just,
Um, so right now I'm like maybe a little bit emotional
yeah,
because I mean I've looked up to you, bro,
mm,
and like our story is like freakishly parallel about
special.
like I mean they know,
Yeah,
you know, I
yeah,
got sick exact same age you did, bro,
yeah,
and I think God uses that maybe like Paul's thorn on his side,
yeah.
that out of that place of brokenness, God will
Yes,
start like squeezing out the purpose out of
yes,
you.
bro.
Cause like, bro, like this podcast, kind of like that song, it just like came out of you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It wrote itself. It did
yeah,
its thing. And like,
yeah, bro.
bro, like, I'm telling you, like this thing, I just started and it's kind of just written itself.
Yeah, bro.
And we out here now, bro.
That's right, man.
So,
That's right, bro.
I mean, you can keep talking, but that's where
Yeah,
I'm at mentally right
that's
now. I'm like,
special.
what the heck? God
He's so
is,
good,
I
man.
mean, I mean, that's your story.
Yeah.
Mine, our story, bro. We're just,
Well, it's crazy because that leads me to like the next record I wrote. It called Better with You.
yeah.
The record called Better with You, and that song I did that one with Leland on that
Mm.
record.
Yeah.
But also I just wrote that song after like so many hospital stays and
Yeah.
failed medication and just frustration and just feeling like I knew what God said, but I knew what I felt. I didn't feel
Yeah.
that I'm healed or getting healed.
Yeah.
Every time I went to the doctor, they would look at the results and be like, just like, bro, like, man, it's not working. Or it's not like ER people would be like, man, your levels are high or you're this, you're that.
Yeah.
And every time I went they hospitalized me every single time I went. So I hated going to the doctor
Yeah.
because
You're
they're
like
gonna put me in.
the
My
hospital.
blood
Like
levels were
my,
low.
did you feel like crap, bro?
Did I feel like crap?
You felt?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I struggled.
Yeah.
So yeah, I struggled. No medication was working for a while, um, but I wrote songs throughout my journey, and it was therapeutic. Like it
Yeah.
helped me not get to the word, like the bottom, bottom.
Yeah. 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 That was so.
I think God met me in in the music,
Mhm.
and really like this record that we're doing even now, like Better with You, is a record that talked about in the middle of the journey.
Mhm.
And this record that we're working on right now, Release Joy, it says like, no matter what, I'm gonna still praise you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nothing's gonna stop my praise
Yeah.
because I've seen you move. I've
Bro,
seen you do
you showed me some bangers,
impossible.
bro.
That's it, bro. I'm just like today more than ever. Like I'm so grateful for life. Like I don't look at. I'm
Mhm.
not a victim. Like I
No.
look at it now. Like man. Like God, you've really walked with me. You've been with me every step of the
Yeah.
journey. So every song will point back to that victory that we have in Jesus.
Yeah.
It'll point back to the dreams that He's placed in our hearts. It'll point back to not getting to heaven full.
Yeah.
I want to be
Oh
poured
my
out
God. Empty, bro.
empty, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we got so much more life to live. Now, today, the illness is starting to clear up. What the doctor said was
It's freaking
impossible,
good.
God's like turning it around.
Yeah.
I'm still having treatments, but bro, I'm able to work out 5 days a week right now.
It's freaking good, bro.
I feel like I got my life back, and I feel like God's met me in a place where I felt inadequate. I felt like I was broken. I was damaged goods. I was an athlete, bro. You know what I mean? Like, things are opening up for me. Like, I was just like, man, I'm not gonna be able to go on tour for Better With You.
Yeah.
All these different things I had to turn down and say no to
Yeah.
in this season. I feel like God has a huge yes over me, and I feel like now, like I'm seeing the doors open. I'm writing my best songs.
Yeah.
I'm loving my wife.
I love it, dude.
I'm able
Let's
to
freaking go.
just enjoy my life for the first time in forever, man. So yeah,
Dude, I love that. Can you talk to me about Fíjame en ti? Fix my eyes on you.
yes, bro.
With your boy Evan.
Yeah. So back in 21, we're hanging out. Me, Sam Rivera, Evan Kraft, and Monty, which is Samuel Rivera as well. He's in that. He has the same name as Sam. It's amazing.
Oh,
And
freaking adventures, bro.
they're amazing, bro.
Yeah.
And we're hanging out at Monty's house, and we were hanging, and Evan walks in, and he had been running, like he'd been running every day. Excuse me. And he gets in the room, and he's like, we begin to write, and he tells a story of, and at this time, Be All Right had been killing it.
The one with Danny Goki.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, that song was #1 for so long.
Yeah.
And just amazing what God is doing in Evan's life and in his ministry.
But
He's
that's your boy,
special.
bro.
That's my brother, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Truly. So he's talking about just a journey that he's having with the Lord, how even while success is happening, things are still going wrong, just trying to find himself. And he talked about, he came with the chorus, and we began to talk about that chorus and how it's important to live our lives with our eyes on Jesus.
Yeah.
And in the bridge talks about, remind me of who you are, remind me of what you've done. Like, I never want to forget what he's done for me.
Yeah.
And that song kind of speaks to that. Like, I just want to live my life with my eyes on you, and I never want to forget what you've done. I always want to see what you're doing. I want to enjoy you, all days of my life. And I think that's kind of where that song came from. We got to do it in English and in Spanish.
I was about to ask. So
Spanish.
you wrote it in English, maybe?
Yeah, we wrote it in English.
Bro, it hits in Spanish,
Bro, it slaps.
Bro.
It takes me.
Bro, that's crazy that you're fluent in Spanish, bro. I mean, Valley Boy, low key, you got your
crazy.
You did your time. You did your time. We claim you, bro.
Let's go.
Man, so right now you're worship pastoring. You're being an artist. You've been saying how now God has basically placed a cloud of grace over a lot of yeses for a lot of dreams that you've had. You've seen cultivating. Where's it going now, bro? Where we going?
And I'll say I've got so many no's that led me to the right yeses.
Yeah.
And today I feel like I'm finding the right yeses.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's leading me to be able to continue writing songs and take it throughout the country and across the world in multiple languages. I feel like we're doing a tour this year.
You got to shoot tomorrow.
Got to shoot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Doing a tour with Evan this year for a month. In August, we'll be on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Being able to talk to some labels right now and get some partnerships to really run it.
It's freaking
It's so special, man. Just
because you had been out the game for 3 years,
3.5 years, man.
3.5 years.
And so, like, when I really feel like the Lord was a year and a half ago, I felt the Lord was like, "Hey, it's time to run." And I wasn't even healthy at the time. Matter of fact, when I told my pastor, he was like, "Hey, make sure you're okay." Like, just kind of speaking to that a little bit. And but I knew what I heard, I knew what I felt, and right around that time, I got to do. It's like I'm not name dropping, but it was cool. I got to do a tour with Dante Bowe, and that was like, that happened, and it was like, oh, I got to hang out with him.
And that's like a God thing, bro. Like,
it's a God thing.
It's not anything that you did.
No,
with that.
No marketing, no team at the time.
Like,
I had no music out. I was literally just being faithful in my hometown in Baytown, Texas.
And I didn't. They came looking for you.
I lived in Baytown at the time, by the way. They came. They came looking for me. They called me, and I was like, "Oh, hi." And I would do stuff here and there, but it wasn't nothing that, like, I wasn't trying to put myself on, or
Yeah, yeah,
like I wasn't opening any doors.
yeah.
And
Bro, even now, like your promo is not like it's not obnoxious. It's like it's just
thank
like
you.
it's natural,
That's cool.
man. But I've seen. I mean, you got a good squad. You got people that like help
Amazing.
make all these decisions.
Yes,
I mean, a lot of it's you, right? Like you have the
I'm driving it right
you're
now.
driving it.
But this
Yeah.
next season, I'll have more help
Mhm.
as far as driving certain things. But it's been pretty cool. Like just having a team help execute it.
Yeah.
To my wife this yesterday, I was like, man, I can come up with the ideas, but I just need help executing. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
creatives
the
have that
director of the
problem.
movie. I need this shot. I
Yes,
need this.
yes,
Yeah.
bro,
Man, I've seen you be, bro. We're in the car. He's making calls. He's taking care of business. Just, all right, we good? All right, bet. And then meeting over here. Just
bro,
a podcast in between shoots. But,
crazy.
bro, thanks for making it happen, bro.
Absolutely, bro,
Um,
absolutely.
bro, real quick, can you talk to us about the wifey? I
Yeah.
mean, that's also a significant part of your
Oh
life.
my God, it's a game changer. I don't
Yeah,
know if I'd be on planet Earth if it wasn't for her.
yeah, yeah.
Be honest with you,
I mean, she's
like
a real one. She stuck with you
she
through
stuck with me from the beginning,
all
from
that
day
shit.
one, and she's consistent. She's caring, loving,
Yeah,
and she makes sure I have what I need. I
yeah,
have my appointments. I have my medication. I'm eating right. Like I'm working out. Like she's there in the
yeah.
trenches with me.
She's taking care of Key, like
She's taking care of
loving
Key. She's
you,
loving me.
not the artist.
She doesn't care about that,
Yeah, she don't care about
and
that.
that's why I married her.
Yeah,
'Cause she doesn't care about anything else other than this thing right here. And I think that was a game changer for me because I felt like I said, damaged goods, and I didn't know if anyone would want to marry me. Like I was like, oh, I'm done. Like
yeah, yeah.
this
Like
is one of
you
those things we
tell
talked
anyone
about.
that I have like a chronic thing or
Yeah,
that.
this is a forever thing,
Hmm.
which she knows. She has faith, and she believes that God's gonna do what he only he can.
Hmm.
Um, but there's a possibility. Like, what if God doesn't?
Hmm.
Would I be okay? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I've gotten to that point. Well, I'm
yeah,
not contending for complete healing, but I feel like he's been healing. There's something on the inside. And he's been doing that even through my marriage, like
yeah.
helping me be the best version of myself
And love yourself.
and to
Yeah,
love myself. Like I didn't love myself
yeah,
for a
dude.
long time, and the way she's loved me, it's allowed me to love myself. Like I believe today
Mhm.
that God's like loved me through her,
Yeah,
and I truly believe that I'm worth loving today. And that
yeah.
was something that
You are,
I
man.
couldn't say, bro. You as well.
Yeah, thank
You
you,
as
bro.
well,
Thank you,
man.
bro.
And so Kimmy's amazing. She's a fashion designer. We have a studio here in town. She's being swamped right now for prom.
Yeah,
It's coming up in a few months in April and May. And
I need some Sims family collab.
bro, there's some
Some,
there's some there's some
there's some
stuff in the
stuff.
pipeline. That's another thing. Later this year, we're looking at
2024
this year,
this year.
23. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Bro, send me
I
some
got you.
samples,
I
some
will.
test prints
I
out
will.
there. That's fire,
It's
dude.
fire, bro. It's special, man. She's a gem.
I love that,
She
bro.
really is.
Man, thanks for making time for the pod.
Thank you for
Thanks
having me.
for well, I mean, low key, you're sponsoring to this episode, letting us use
Hey.
your space, bro. But
Come
man,
on.
I love you a lot,
Honor.
dude.
Love you, bro.
Maybe you'll see me back in H Town.
Cool.
I know we'll talk about the moving.
Please do.
That's the whole thing.
Keep here.
I got a whole squad in Tulsa, bro.
Come on.
Come on.
There's family everywhere.
Yeah, we were talking about super quick, bro.
Yeah.
The world is so small.
Yeah.
Like this, he knows visionaries have met Ron Starling,
Yeah.
Matt
brother.
Marin.
Yeah.
I was like, my boys from Tulsa.
Yeah.
I
My
don't know
boys,
how,
man. It's crazy. God has a funny way of doing things.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's because we knew each other from the valley.
Way back
So
then.
weird, bro. But
Like
bro,
10 years ago? Yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
A decade.
I think we reconnected on socials,
Or socials for sure, yeah.
Instagram. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. But yeah.
But bro, I'll let you go. Visionaries, we love you. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Later, guys.
Sure, he's a preacher.
Get your life out the Christ song. Tell me who you know that brings hope to the things that were hopeless. Master to the pieces that's broken.